The leadership of every society must make room for the led to take advantage of opportunities that surrounds such society. And in the absence of sin, the led will turn against the leaders. Light Up Ndokwa. The planned protest in Ndokwa land is a culmination of years of neglect and unfulfilled promises, a manifestation of deep-seated frustration among the people of the region. Despite being home of significant natural resources, including the largest gas deposit in Africa, Ndokwa has been left in darkness, literally. For almost 20 years, the community has lacked a stable power supply, hindering development, economic opportunities, and the overall well-being of its residents. The core issue fueling this protest can be summarized as follows. 1. Ndokwa land has endured persistent neglect in basic amenities, while the community produces oil and gas that feeds the nation. The residents suffer from inadequate infrastructure, poor roads, minimal health care facilities, and lack of access to clean water. This disconnect between resource extraction and community welfare remains a bitter pill for the residents. 2. Despite the wealth generated from natural resources, the local economy has not flourished. Unemployment levels are high and opportunities for local businesses are scarce. The people of Ndokwa are rightfully demanding that they be allowed to participate in the economic benefit derived from their own land. 3. Oil exploration and gas production have come at a cost to the environment. The pollution resulting from these activities have severely impacted local agriculture and fishing, which are primary livelihoods for many in the communities. Residents are fighting not only for their rights, but also for the preservation of their environment. For the grievances of Ndokwa people have often been overlooked or dismissed by both state and federal governments. The perceived insensitivity to their plight has created a palpable sense of marginalization. The call for protest is a demand for recognition, justice, and empowerment. 5. Over the years, successive governments have made promises of development and support, many of which remains unfulfilled. The recent statement from the deputy governor suggesting that there will be no need for protests due to promised intervention highlights a disconnect with the life's reality of Ndokwa residents. So when the deputy governor Mondo Yeme said on Arise TV that there's no protest, that people are being hired to destabilize the states, that the youths are not planning any kind of protest, I call to disagree, and I made a remark to correct that, because I was fully in the field and I've seen the level of discontent. And this is to let the deputy governor know that the protest is real. People have been in darkness for so long. When you keep people in darkness for so long, they will turn to beasts. And when they come to unleash terror on you, you will not understand how deep this cuts into them. There is a growing disenchantment with the current political leadership. The people feel that their voices have not been heard and that they have been taken for granted. This dissatisfaction is fueling a collective resolve to mobilize against what they perceive as systemic neglect. The protests in Ndokwa land is not merely a reaction to the lack of electricity. Mind you, you have to know that it is a broader assertion of rights and dignity. It represents a cry for justice that cannot be silenced through mere promises or interventions. Until the fundamental issues of equity, representation, and sustainable development are addressed, the people of Ndokwa will continue to rise undeterred by threats or dismissal. The time for genuine dialogue and action is now, and the people seek to reclaim their narrative and shape their future. This is very critical. This is the message on the street for the leaders. We are on the streets. We are on the trenches. We are in the creeks. We know exactly what is going on. The voice of the people have risen. The voice of the Ndokwa man has risen beyond the threats or the fear of being crushed by any political overlord or godson or godfather or whatsoever. The people of Ndokwa have risen. You know, I said it before that a day will come when Ndokwa's sons and daughters will rise above fear and palpitation. This is that day. The Ndokwa people have risen. And so the leaders must do the right thing. The leaders must look at the problems and solve the problems accordingly. And if this problem persists, the people will force the leaders out. Ne ideme maru ne darkness for this long. Ne idema nishi onodu manod nishi onodu beruoge onyadidi na afu ozo. Efi ka afu bochi o ka afu ozo. No de gwa ise ipuna ne onodi ipuna no chichi. The people will throw you out and nothing will happen. I shall go to Rabbi again.
Enterprise TV. Accreditation.